Ethics commonly refers to a set of rules or principles that defines right and wrong conduct. Managerial ethics is the standard of societal norms and values that is accepted by the manager in the decision making process. Managers have a responsibility to create an organizational environment that fosters ethical decision making by institutionalizing ethics. This means applying and integrating ethical concepts into daily action. This can be accomplished in three ways, namely, number one, by establishing appropriate company policy or a code of ethics. Number two, by using a formally appointed ethics committee. And number three, by teaching ethics in management development programs. A code is a statement of policies, principles, or rules that guide behavior. A code of ethics is not enough, but appointment of an ethics committee consisting of internal and external directors is essential for institutionalizing ethical behavior. The functions of such committee may include holding regular meetings to discuss ethical issues, dealing with gray areas, communicating the code to all members of the organization, checking for possible violations of the code, enforcing the code, rewarding compliance and punishing violations, reviewing and updating the code, and reporting activities of the committee to the board of directors. Two factors that raise ethical standards in business are: number one, public disclosure and publicity, and number two, the increased concern of a well-informed public. These factors are followed by government regulation and by education to increase the professionalism of business managers. Three basic approaches or types of ethical theories are utilitarian approach, moral rights approach, and social justice approach. Utilitarian approach suggests that plans and actions should be evaluated by their consequences. That is, plans and actions should produce the greatest good for the greatest number of people. In moral rights approach, managers follow ethical code which takes care of fundamental and moral rights of human beings. For example, the right to speech, right to life and safety, right to express feelings, etc. According to social justice approach, managers' actions are fair, impartial, and equitable to all individuals and groups. Employees are not distinguished on the basis of caste, religion, race, or gender, though distinction on the basis of abilities or production is justified. Based on the study of Chinese industries and businesses, Stephen Rotlin proposed 18 rules of international business ethics. Although these guidelines are based on Chinese business activities, this is applicable to managers all over the world. Rule 1. If you strive to understand the values of different cultures, you will find common points. Rule 2. If you analyze the facts, you will realize that honesty and reliability benefit you. Rule 3. If you analyze case studies from different perspectives, you will discover the benefits of fair plan. Rule 4. Respecting your colleagues is the smartest investment you can make. Rule 5. To increase productivity, provide safe and healthy working conditions. Rule 6. To inspire trust, make your performance transparent. Rule 7. Your loyal dissent can lead your institution in the right direction. Rule 8. Downsizing your labor force is only beneficial when you respect each stakeholder. Rule 9. To establish your brand name, act as a fair competitor. Rule 10. reduce the gap between the rich and poor by developing a new social security system. Rule 11. If you act against discrimination, you will increase your productivity and profitability. Rule 12. If you protect intellectual property, all stakeholders will receive the due share. Rule 13. Ongoing changes in information technology require new forms of loyalty. Rule 14. Your public relations strategy will only secure your reputation if it witnesses your drive for quality and excellence. Rule 15. Your economic achievements will only stand on firm ground if you diminish corruption. Rule 16. Long-term success urgently calls you to constantly care for the environment. Rule 17. To become a refined player, sharpen your discernment and cultivate good manners. Rule 18. Care for your business by caring for society. Another way of encouraging ethical corporate behavior is through whistleblowing. Whistleblowing is the term used when a worker passes on information concerning wrongdoing. Whistleblowers are those employees or ex-employees of a company who report their company's misdoings and expose the wrongful and unethical actions of their employers. Depending on the kind of whistleblowing they do, whistleblowers are categorized into two types. Internal whistleblowers who report the unethical actions or illegal procedures of an employee or a group of employees of their company to someone who is a supervisor or a senior authority in that company. External whistleblowers report the misgivings of their companies to external agencies. Corporate social responsibility, CSR, is a management concept whereby companies integrate social and environmental concerns in their business operations and interactions with their stakeholders. Corporate social responsibility is a type of business self-regulation with the aim of being socially accountable. CSR can be practiced or can appear in four forms. The purest form is when CSR is practiced for their own sake. The firm expects nothing back from their CSR activities and they become socially responsible because that is the noble way for corporations to behave. A second, less pure form of CSR is when it is undertaken for enlightened self-interest, in which case firms undertake CSR with the belief that CSR pays. The pay could be tangible or intangible, but in either case, the payback is expected. The third form of CSR is seen as a sound investment. According to the sound investment theory, the stock market reacts to firms' actions and socially responsible behaviors will be rewarded by the market. The fourth form of CSR is practiced in order to avoid interference from external political influences. In this case, firms become socially responsible in order to prevent the authorities forcing them to be so via legislation. There are four types of CSR according to its beneficiaries. Environment-focused CSR, where the focus is on reducing detrimental effects of the firm's operations on the environment. It also promotes the use of non-renewable or green energy sources. Community-based CSR, where the company joins hands with other organizations, usually non-profit ones, to ensure the welfare of a local community's people. Human resource or HR-based CSR, where the firms focus on the well-being of their own staff and improve their living conditions. Charity-based CSR, where the firms donate to organizations or individuals, usually through a charity partner, to improve their financial condition and for their general upliftment. This is the most common form of a CSR activity.